share, and maybe in the future, once you get, a few more treasures out there, it would be fun.
Well,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna interrupt too, because you two are actually a little bit more alike than you know. Because Gypsy, you hide treasures for your metal detecting hunt, um, with that you have coming up for your birthday bash, and then with Scott hiding treasures as well, a little bit, you know, kind of the same, kind of a little bit.
True, true. Mine's on a little bit different scale. So, Scott, in November, I'm putting on a treasure hunt. It's called a metal detecting seeded hunt. And by seeding, of course, means that we bury the treasure out there and they go find it with their metal detector. And I bury silver coins along with tokens for prizes. And also this year I am burying, in fact, I'm looking at one right now in my room. It's a treasure, I'm burying, so far I think I've got over 100 treasure chests, what we call caches. They're mini treasure chests, and in fact, the one that is in my room right now has a $100 bill in it, along with silver coins, tokens, stuff like Indian head pennies and buffalo nickels and stuff like that. So, kind of along the same lines. So, so it's a lot of fun.
You're going to make me go buy a metal detector is what you're going to do.
Right.
And then I'm going to have to come out there and try to find some treasure.
There you go. You have to come to my hunt, and I'm trying to get Amanda to come, so down from Maine, and come visit Texas because she still hasn't come. I've been up to see her in Maine, but she hasn't had a chance to come down to Texas, so trying to get her down for the hunt. But if you are in the need, that's another thing. By the way, folks, I just got a promo code from Garrett, so you can go to Garrett Direct and also purchase using my promo code, which you'll have to contact me to get it, and get detectors and equipment from Garrett. You can also get my book. It's autographed on Garrett Direct as well. So if anybody's needing a code, just holler at me. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to hop off here real quick because we're going to be talking about the hunt tonight. And we have a special announcement. So after here, if y'all can hop on over to Relics Roundup, we've got special announcements about our hunt coming up in November. So good night, Scott. I'm going to hop on off here, and y'all have a great night, and we will talk
Gypsy,
soon.
it was a pleasure.
Bye, Gypsy.
It was a pleasure, Scott. Bye, y'all.
All right, we do have a couple more questions for you that were in chat. I know you had said that yes, you're going to come to that cover the U.S. Are you going to be coming to the eastern half of the U.S. anytime soon?
That I can't say how soon it's going to be. A lot of my other business dictates where we're going.
Okay.
The plan is absolutely to have stuff on the eastern United States, and if we need to plan a specific trip that is not other business related to go to the eastern United States, we will, and we'll hide quite a few back there.
Fantastic.
So it's in the works.
Do you hear that, Eastern peeps? They will be coming this way, but we have plenty of Western United States listeners, and even we have a bunch of listeners from Canada. Come on down, come visit. This would be a fun way to check out some of the area. Like you had said, I know. I've been to Oregon before, and that was gorgeous, and Colorado, and Colorado is amazing. California, but yeah, I loved Colorado. It was beautiful.
I say anywhere with mountains and fresh water, you already got me. But Colorado is specifically really beautiful, and coastal Oregon is really almost impossible to beat, right?
Yeah.
So, bad decision.
No, I'm hoping to make it over to Washington. My for work, I deal with I'm my clients are all in Washington. So I'm constantly like, hey, I'm in Maine. And they're like, oh, you probably got the same weather as us. I'm like, yeah. We do have another thing, a request, in your jet lagging everywhere, if you could possibly stop in Ohio.
I will put it on the list of things. We're trying to make it to all 50 states, I promise. And when we go do an East hunt, it'll be multiple states in one run, and we'll knock out a bunch in the East.
And this is coming from one of our listeners who tells people to do not come to Ohio. They do not want to share their treasure in Ohio. So it's a little opposite evening.
It definitely is. Opposites are good sometimes.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, for we kind of already did that one. Do you see? No, I don't want that one either. I'm going through all the. So you had said, you haven't picked up a metal detector before, no?
Recreationally for about 5 minutes, but nothing serious. Just enough to get a taste for it.
Fantastic. Yeah, Gypsy would be the person to talk to. I mean, I can absolutely give you feedback as well, but she's got all the special codes to get major discounts on all the equipment. So she'd definitely be able to hook you up if you are all interested in that. We have, someone said, why not just do a flyover and drop it? But that would probably not work.
We have to ensure that it's somewhere
safe.
Legal, safe, all those things.
Probably, I could just picture it now, it falling from a plane, and you never know what's down below. That would be awful.
No. Or if it's going to hit somebody, and we can't talk about it too much because my buddy loves to fly and has been dying to get me into one of those little single prop death machines.
Machine.
That would give him an excuse to do it. So maybe throwing it out the window of a truck.
Now, with some of these ones that you have already planted, have you come across any animals or insects or anything like that you're like, nope, that's definitely like, nope, don't want to deal with those again?
No, nothing particularly bad. I mean, when you get into certain parts of the country, you're in brown bear country, or you're in mountain lion country, and those can be a concern. If you're going to be in the woods in those areas, you need to be aware of whatever the animals are. We're not going to go put a treasure right where the brown bear are hunting salmon. Like, that would just be irresponsible, right? But we've seen some predator animals while we're out scoping for spots to hide treasure. I always take it as a beautiful experience. If I can see bear, moose, cougar, elk, anything, I love seeing the wildlife. And the remote nature of some of the places we go, we're seeing it quite frequently. Nothing I would be concerned of. We're not hiding treasure in snake pits or anything.
Yeah, that would Indiana Jones style, right?
Yeah, we're not trying to get anybody hurt. That being said, there is one in Arizona, and there's a rattlesnake anywhere you go in Arizona. There's a rattlesnake, so just be careful with that. That's part of being in the state. Yeah, exactly. That's one thing that Gypsy's taught me a lot about. And down south as well, they've got chiggers, I guess, and they do some damage. Yeah. And then up here in the Northeast, we've got a lot of those ticks in the tall grasses and whatnot. So we got to be careful for those. Oh, don't underestimate the black flies, too. You get a black fly hatch, it'll make your life miserable. Yes, that's true, too. That is very true. I appreciate you being on the show tonight. This has been exciting to hear and a lot of fun, and I'm glad to pass it along to our listeners. And it was such a good experience to talk to you, and I'm so glad you had me on. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it. And for those of you that are wondering, so Gypsy is going to be on Relic Roundup next, and I guess they're they are
making a special announcement. And even I don't know what that is. So you'll have to jump on over there at, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Relic Roundup. So just do a search and you could find that to see what special, what news they're breaking to everybody. But Scott, I appreciate you being on. Everybody, make sure you go and follow Expedition Treasure Hunt on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, X. I feel like I'm missing one.
I think you got them. They can just type it in anywhere and it'll come up.
So definitely go over and follow them. They're giving away clues. And then if you could tell the people who are out searching for these treasures that you're putting out there, if you could give them any words of wisdom, what would it be?
Don't hurt yourself. Don't go anywhere that requires specialty equipment. Do not trespass. Don't break laws. We didn't do any of that to hide it. You don't need to do any of that to find it. And please, please, please go have a good time.
Fantastic. Well, again, thank you so much for joining us this evening, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Have a great week searching for treasure, and best of luck.
Thank you so much.
All right. Good night, everyone.